This is a stimulus and Social Security update. Got some important update to share with you. President Biden has a 4-point plan to help Social Security, but will the new Congress actually support him? I'll let you know what's going on there. Also, two direct payments between $200 and $4,555 going out next week. Bernie Sanders calls out former President Trump, saying if former President Trump could do it, then President Biden could do it as well. And finally, Congress has elected a new Speaker, McCarthy, and I'll give you some other important updates as well. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. If you appreciate the fact-based, fast-paced updates, hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel for more daily, straight-to-the-point updates on matters that financially matter to you. So, incoming cash, two direct payments between $200 and $4,555 going out next week. See if you claim extra money. So, what's going on here is the $200, which is the $200 to $1,050. That is the California stimulus check, which next week I think is the last week that'll wrap it up. So that's going to happen there. If you haven't received your Golden State stimulus check, it looks like the next week in January 12th, is when the last round might be going out. And then also talking about the Social Security, the new maximum benefit is $4,555. And it'll raise the average to about $1,801. So basically next week, January 11th, Wednesday, is when the first big payment is going out for the general Social Security recipient crowd, then January 18th, then January 25th. So those are the payment dates for Social Security recipients. Speaking of Social Security, have Social Security benefits lost buying power to inflation? Absolutely. If you are on Social Security, you could see that it is an unfair system, that it is not calculated correctly. Talking about the COLA, cost of living adjustment, because there are two ways to calculate the COLA. One is the CPIW, one is the CPIE. So the CPIW, if you're not aware, that's for workers. So the CPI is the Consumer Price Index, basically showing what's going on around the country, inflation going up or down. That's excuse me, that's the CPI. So CPIW is mainly for urban wage earners and clerical workers, so basically the working class. CPIE is for the elderly. And so there's two different ways that you can measure COLA. Some are saying that there should be a new way to measure the COLA adjustment rather than using the CPIW. So if you look here, I'm just going to show it here. CPIW is on the left, CPIE is on the right, and the year is on this all the way left column over here. So you could see that the CPIE is definitely different than the CPIW, which is why there needs to be an adjustment to help out the elderly, anyone on Social Security, because this also affects veterans, this also affects SSI, SSDI, so there needs to be a way to help out those who are struggling on fixed and low income. Then Joe Biden wants to change Social Security. Will the new Congress help him with reform efforts? So prior to his election, President Biden unveiled a 4-point plan to reform Social Security. So this is before getting elected in 2020, he had a plan for Social Security, and unfortunately, that plan has just fell by the wayside. We're 2 years into his presidency, and he has not followed through with his promises to help Social Security. So, in this article, basically talking about rather than the 4-point plan, the two parts of the 4-point plan. Excuse me. Basically, what he's talking about here is. The two parts is raising the payroll tax, which could then make Social Security last for longer than 12 years, because in 12 years from now, Social Security could be dead or on its way out. And the other part is what we were talking about before, adjusting the COLA adjustment calculation so that it is based on the CPIE rather than the CPIW. So big question here, is a new Congress recipe Biden needs to reform Social Security? So if President Biden wasn't able to pass Social Security reform with the Democrats having control of the House and the Senate, he is very unlikely to pass the reform with now the Congress being split, with the Republicans in the House and the Democrats in the Senate. So because of that, Democrats and Republicans are not in agreement on what to be done about Social Security. I don't think this new Congress is going to help out with Social Security. Can it be done through executive order? Potentially, but as we've seen, executive orders don't really work out too well either. So even Bernie Sanders calls out the executive order that President Biden made. So Bernie Sanders calls out Trump pausing student loan payments as a reason why Biden's debt relief plan is legal. Not sure if you could connect the dots there, but Trump used the HEROES Act to extend the student loan payment pause in March of 2020, and Biden used the same law to cancel up to $20,000 in student debt for federal borrowers, but that plan is held up in court, and Senator Sanders says Trump's pause usage of the act supports the legality of Biden's broad relief plan. So basically, Bernie Sanders saying if Trump could do it, then Biden could do it. What he says here more specifically, let's be clear, if Trump had the authority to pause student debt payments, President Biden has the authority to cancel student debt. The Supreme Court must reject the Republicans' baseless lawsuits to take away student debt relief to 40 million Americans who desperately need it. So I understand sort of his argument, but it doesn't really make sense. I think pausing student debt compared to paying off student debt are two completely different things. But let me know your thoughts on that, whether you agree or disagree. Then, finally, Congress getting their stuff together here. McCarthy wins speakership on 15th vote after concessions to hard right. So who knows, we don't officially know what type of deals were made for Kevin McCarthy, now Speaker of the House, taking Nancy Pelosi's position, what he had to say or do in order to convince these 20 Republicans who are holding out against voting for him. We don't know what type of back-end deals, what promises were made. Who knows? Probably I don't think anyone might even know, because that's like super highly political secret stuff there. But it took 15 votes. Basically, this whole week was dedicated to this when there should have been other stuff going on in Congress, stuff that's supposed to help out the American people. And they didn't have this vote until midnight as of today, Saturday. So take a look at this video clip, kind of going through what exactly happened in Congress.
The total number of votes cast is 428, of which the Honorable Kevin McCarthy of the state of California has received 216. Honorable Hakeem Jeffries of the state of New York has received 212.
Who's this young suck-up sitting next to Kevin McCarthy, the guy with the black hair?
With 6 recorded as present. Therefore, the Honorable Kevin McCarthy of the state of California, having received a majority of the votes cast, is duly elected Speaker of the House of Representatives.
So now that we have a new official Congress, we have a new official speaker, is this the way Congress is going to be working? That's the big question. Is this how Congress is going to be for the next 2 years, this type of chaos? I don't know. We'll see. Let me know your thoughts on that. And that is all the news that I have for you today to hopefully brighten your day a bit. Here's my daughter Belle's tip of the day.
So today I wanted to tell you one thing that you should know. You have to learn. If you don't learn, then you won't be a better person or grow up or anything. So you have to learn by experiences. That was all I wanted to tell you. Be safe, be good, and I'll see you in the next tip of the day.
Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate all of your support. So today as a family, we are having a hot pot. Not sure if you've ever had Asian hot pot before, but we have kind of like an electric pot that we'll put on the table. I made bone broth, which took up to 24 hours to make, and we have a bunch of vegetables that we're gonna cook in the hot pot together. So really excited about that. We've been wanting to do that for a while. But anyways, hopefully you have a great rest of your day and weekend. If you want to check out any of my other videos, my other channels, click right up here, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.